Hey guys, so before we start checking what props we should provide to make our Pokemon clickable and show more information, I just want to have a little look at a single Pokemon and the data we have provided here. So it's sometimes very comfortable. As I showed you, it is possible to search for a Pokemon by name. But as you see here, it's also possible to search for a Pokemon by a specific number. And this number we have already. So here, when I iterate over the Pokemons, we make use of the name already, but there is the URL. And here, if I copy paste this URL into my browser, I will get the JSON data and the ugly JSON data, but I can reach my API with all the data that is available for the Pokemon with the name, let me check the name, for the name Prime Ape. So code-sided, I will for now comment it out to show it to you. So what we have here is we have the Pokemon name. And now what I will do is that I will write an inline break here into this LI. And I would like to show you that in the object, we also have the URL already available. So it might come handy. It is very handy in a later point. Sorry, I'm here at URL. So what I want to do now is when I'm iterating over these Pokemons, I not only want to show the name of the Pokemon, but I also want to show the URL of the Pokemon. Well, so this is what we are doing now. I'm saving here and reloading. I'm making this a little bit smaller for you to see better. I'm choosing flying, and then we are searching for the type. And as we see, we have our URL here because it's already in the object. So I would be able to take this URL, go to the browser, and it should match the Charizard Pokemon. Is it the correct one? I will have a look. Yeah, the name of the Pokemon is Charizard. So as you can see, the number is matching this type here. So, but what I'm really interested in is not to show this URL, but to make use of it on my other component. So this was for testing purposes. So I will comment it out again. And as you can see, we don't need the counter actually here, but what we might need is, we might need this URL. So what I will do now is I will pass the URL from the object straight onto the component. Pokemon.url. And as you might think about already now, is that we should have the URL now available. We should have passed it down via the props. I also will down pass the name of the Pokemon so we can make use of it. Okay, so I will pass the name down and also the URL, Pokemon.name. So these two things are now properties on this tile. And to verify this, I will go to here and I think you can imagine what will happen if I would, let's do it. I will console log this props for this moment now. And so let's go back to the browser, let's reload. And here I'm choosing just a kind. I'm going to the console. There's nothing in it because we haven't rendered anything into the HTML. It's blank, but it's showed as an LI. I will provide the class name of card to make it a little bit prettier. But here we can see pretty much the props of every tile because through this mapping function Yeah. Every time this is one of these elements is mapped, it will return one element. So here this is pretty much rendered new and new and new and instantiated as a component. So what we see here now are the different LIs. And as you can see, we have the URL available at props and we have the name also. So pretty much pretty easy for now. So what I want to do now is, yeah, I want to fetch something out of it. So let's see, I want to apply an onClick method. To do so, at first, for us to reach the old thing, I will provide something here like name. And the name is now bound to props. So what I will do is this props, this props name. It's name, but you should know it now because I provided the name here. If it would be name foo, just to repeat it, I needed to access name foo here, or I would need to access name foo. But for now, let's go with name. So, yeah, and I want to provide an onClick method here. I should not do it inside the render, but inside my component itself. So what I will do is on Pokemon click, I will create a method now. Just to be sure, it's not a button, but no, we don't need to prevent default it here. And what I want to do now is I want to, let's console log first the URL props that we want to make use of in a short moment. So I want to console log this props.url because this is the URL of the depending Pokemon and this is what we want to make use of in the onClick method. So I need to apply the onClick on the LI. I will make use of this on Pokemon click and binding the scope. And if we go back now here, we are loading it, we should see now the names and every tile should be clickable. So let's say I click on the Prime Ape. Yeah, I see the depending URL to Prime Ape. Or if I click on Mashoke, I get the URL of Mashoke. If I click on Blaziken, I get the URL of Blaziken. Let's verify that this is true. I will click on Makiuta now. This is the Pokemon URL. Hopefully it is the correct one. The name field is right here. So, as you can see, this number is mapped to this Pokemon name. So we are pretty much correct here.